Good morning, everybody. We are getting ready to do real estate math. They are similar questions to what you will be seeing on the state exam. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Let's get started on this fun stuff. So, number one says a property is appraised at $550,000 with a loan to value ratio of 80%. What is the loan amount? Oh, goodness, I totally messed up here. Well, but we can figure it out. All right, so since we're dealing with a percent, I know that I can use my T-chart method. All right, are we familiar with the T-chart method? Remember how the T-chart goes. All right, so if you want to take a screenshot of this, go ahead, take it, because this is going to help you solve about 75% of your math problems in your state exam. All right, so basically the T method starts with a part of the whole, right? Meaning commission, how much a commission amount is, meaning in money, closing costs in money, loan amount in money, net operating income, money, down payment, money, right? So all of these would go up here. In this column here, total is just sales price and market value. Okay, so NOI means net operating income. Now here in the rate is always your percent, okay? So these two have to deal with money. This is your percent column. So here we would have commissions, cap rates, tax rates, down payment, LTV, meaning loan to value ratio, and closing costs. So if you're given a part of like commissions, closing, any of these things here, you would put it up here. If you're given a percent, you would put it here. So if you have these two, you're going to divide. Okay? If you're given this and this, you're going to divide. If you're given this and this, you're going to multiply. Okay? So that's just a little crash course on how we work the T-chart method. Okay, so if it's appraised at 550, we're going to put it here in the total, right? Because that's the total amount. And it has a loan to value ratio of 80%. So the percent always goes here. So that's step one. Step one is fill in your T-chart. Now, step two is change your percent to a decimal. So if we change the percent to a decimal, let me change this like this. All right, so if we change the percent to a decimal, that means we're going to divide by 100, the percent, and that's going to equal 0.8. All right, and now according to our T-chart, we're going to multiply. So I say $550,000 times 0.8. And when I multiply that, I get $440,000. And that's my answer. So B. Oh, sorry. I didn't align it correctly, but whatever. The answer is B. Let's start here. A property is listed for $275,000. The seller agrees to a 4.5% commission rate with the listing agent. How much will the listing agent earn from the sale? So we're going to bring out our T-chart method. Okay, we have our T-chart because we have a percent and it's listed for this. And obviously we're going to assume it's sold for that, because it doesn't say anything else about that in the question. So we're going to add 275,000 here. And the percent is here, 4.5%. Okay. So that's step one. Step two is change your percent to a decimal. 4.5% over 100 is going to equal 0.045. So now we just multiply. So $275,000 times 0.045. Punch it into the calculator. And you get $12,375. Whoever said A in there, congratulations, good job. All right, let's move on to number 4. A parcel of land measures 200 feet by 300 feet. How many acres is the parcel? All right, so here I like to just draw a little picture so I know I'm a very visual learner. Oh, that's an ugly box. Anyway, we'll just leave it like that. So it's 200 feet and this is 300 feet. Okay, how many acres is the parcel? So we have 200 times 300, right? Because we have to find the area of this. Okay, so when you find the area of this, we're going to multiply that, right? Because area equals base times height. Right? And this is your base and this is your height. Or this is also called frontage and this is the deep, right? Depth. So let's multiply this and we get 60,000. And that's square feet, right? Every time you're dealing with area is square feet. Perimeter is just linear feet. So we have 60,000 square feet. And this is how I teach it. So since this is square feet, remember that 1 acre equals how many square feet in an acre? That's right, 43,560. Very good. So 43,560 square feet in an acre. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this. And just because I have this like ratio down here, I can use it to put it either on the top, like 1 acre on top, or 1 acre on the bottom. Depends on where I'm, what I'm trying to look for. Since I'm trying to get rid of square feet, I'm going to put this here at the bottom. 43,560 square feet. And then we cancel that out, and that's going to equal 1 acre right here. So now we know that we have to just divide these. So when you divide them, 60,000 divided by 43,560 is going to give you 1.37 acres, which is about 1.4 acres. But since 1.4 is not there, we're going to use 1.5. All right, so let's move on to the next one, since that one apparently everybody got. That's awesome. Good job, guys. All right, so it says a property is assessed at $400,000 with a tax rate of 1.2%. What is the annual property tax? Here in this question, all we're going to do is just multiply these two. That's all. Okay? So since this is the assessed value, that's the whole amount, the total amount. So I'm going to bring out my T-chart anyway. Okay? So if you notice, the T-chart does not have property tax in there because I didn't want to confuse you guys. I had it initially, and in my video that I made on the T-chart in TikTok, it does have it. And so here we're going to add this as my total amount. Okay, so 400,000 here. And then a tax rate of 1.2, so we're going to put that here. So 1.2% here, right? Step 1, fill in the T-chart. Step 2, change your percent to a decimal. All right, so then we have to change this percent to a decimal. So we're going to divide it by 100. It's going to equal 0.012. And now we just multiply them. Okay, so 400,000 times 0.012. Put it in your calculator. And you get 4,800. And that's your answer, A. Oh, I put the eraser. All right, so let's look at number 6. Oh, it's supposed to say a buyer. A buyer purchases a property for $350,000 with a down payment of 20%. What is the loan amount? All right, so this is a definitely good question for our T chart, our T method. And let me tell you, you're going to see this on your state exam. So yes, it's basic, but sometimes even the easy ones trip us up. And then we're like too overconfident and we mess it up. So we're going to put here, the property is 350 grand. So we're going to put 350 grand right here in the total section. And then the down payment is 20%. So we're going to put it here. Okay. So we're going to multiply, obviously. So step 1, put it in the T-chart method. Step 2, change your percent to a decimal by dividing by 100. Okay, notice how I always divide by 100. Now, this is going to equal 0.2. Now, we just multiply them. So $350,000 times 0.2. And then we multiply that on our calculators, which we are allowed to use. And we say $70,000. Okay. That's the down payment amount. That's what they have to pay. So this right here is not our answer. This is our down payment amount. So because we know now the down payment, all we have to do is subtract it from this total cost right here. All right. So to find the loan amount. So we say $350,000 minus $70,000. And that equals $280,000. That is now his loan amount. Okay? So the answer is A for apple. Let's get started on number 7. This is the last question for today. All right, number 7 says a property is listed for $450,000. The seller agrees to a 6% commission rate with the listing agent. The listing agent agrees to split the commission with the selling agent on a 50-50 basis. What is the selling agent's commission? All right, so we're going to have to use the T-chart method 2 times here for pretty much the same thing. So let me pull it out. So here's the T-chart. Okay, so we know that it's listed at 450,000. So that's going to go here. Okay, and then we have to start with the first commission that happens. So this percent goes here, 6%. So step 1, we're going to plug that into the little T-chart method. And then step 2 is change your percent to a decimal. 6 over 100 is 0.06. 0.06. So now we multiply. This is our now third step. So we're going to multiply $450,000 times 0.06. So 450 times 0.06 is $27,000. Could you imagine? How nice. That's like cha-ching. All right, but then now we got the broker in the way. He's got to get his cut. So we're now going to put this total amount in this column here, 27,000, okay? And then the 50%, right, which is 50%. So basically, all we really have to do is divide by 2 because it's 50-50. But if this said 60-40, this is how it would be. You would still do it like this, okay? So if you change that to a decimal, 50%, right, 50% over 100 is equal to 0.5, right, half. So then now we multiply 27,000 times 0.5. or divide by 2, and you get $13,500. Okay? So the answer is A again. I wanted to thank you guys all for coming. Thank you all for your help and your support. I really appreciate everything that you guys have done for me. And I hope I brought you some value today. And I look forward to seeing you all back here in my life tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.